Fuck that.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna have a look at the new Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. Well, it's not exactly new, it's already 3 days old, but you know, I've been waiting for this movie for a very long time. The first movie, the reboot, I kinda liked it. It wasn't that good, but you know, it's a video game movie, you know? I mean, what can you expect? Of course it's gonna be a little bit ridiculous, but I think they did a pretty good job overall. To be fair, I'm really looking forward to this movie, and I was kind of upset that they had to postpone it several times. They've been teasing the trailer for a long time as well, right? And now it finally dropped. So I think it's time we have a little look at this together. First off, I love how they kept Johnny Cage for the next movie, right? They probably see him as one of the most important characters. I think it isn't. I never really liked the character much, to be honest, but they treat him as a big star, right? So maybe from the get-go they plan to actually get a movie star, an actual movie star to play Johnny Cage, right? Carl Urban, like I said previously, it wasn't like my first pick for Johnny Cage, but you know, if you get an actual action star like Jason Statham, that wouldn't make sense, right? So I think actually looking at this trailer, I think it's pretty well cast. I like the cockiness, right? I love the cheesiness about him, you know, the middle finger when he puts on his sunglasses. I love how they make fun of reboots, right? That's because for a while now it's pretty obvious that reboots, they don't really work, right? We have to see what happens with the new Superman and DC reboot, but in general, nobody wants them, right? So him making fun of it while being in the reboot, you know, it's kind of funny. The exceptional cheesiness, I kind of enjoy it. You know, the explosion in the background, right, when he takes off his sunglasses. One thing I really like about this movie, you know, they really take into account the history of the game, right? It's pure fan service. You get Raiden in his actual Mortal Kombat 2 Raiden outfit. I love this kind of detail right off the bat, right? I mean, I've seen this trailer before, but right off the bat, I think Katana, you know, she's gonna steal the show, right? I think the actress they picked, it's a very good pick. Of course she looks nice, but she actually looks athletic, right? That wasn't the case with the old Mortal Kombat movies. And the intensity, right, that she shows, right? When she gets her metal fan to spin in the air and then she kicks it, the anger in her face. That's pretty intense, you know. It's good. Compare this to the old movies, you know. Just this moment alone, it's much more convincing, you know, in my opinion. I love how this fan comes up slowly in the air, right? The slow motion shot, which he then kicks into the wall. This guy that gets executed by Shao Kahn, right? Is that like the guy from Mortal Kombat 11, like the guy with the sword? I never played that game. It was too hard for me, you know, too much of a learning curve. But he reminds me, you know, I did watch all these intros of all these different characters, right? And this guy kind of reminds me of him. So I'm guessing that this is like Raiden's predecessor, and it's like a flashback at how in a previous tournament the Earthrealm lost or something. That's my 2 cents, but you know, I'm not gonna spoil this for myself. But looking that up, love how you also get this this portal in the back, right? You actually get like this vibe of a stage that they're gonna fight each other like the 2D old games, you know. Another really great throwback to the actual video games. It's good to see Kano back, you know. I think they killed him off too fast because it was kind of funny. I liked him in the previous, in the old iteration, right? Hello, bye. And this Kano is also pretty good, and they killed him off too fast. It's good to see him back. I don't know how, because if I remember correctly, he died in the first movie. Cole back, of course. Yeah, he's like the main character in the first movie, right? Never cared much for Jade, to be fair, you know. She was just like a cheap third character based off of Kitana and Melina. Jax, Sonya Blade, also characters I never really cared for, you know, but it's good to see them back. No, not like some kind of budget issue or something like that. And with Baraka, I just gotta nitpick a little bit, right? This guy has teeth in his lips, right? Not in his actual jaw. How are you supposed to eat if these teeth are just flapping around all the time? You know, a bad character design, I think. I don't know how they got this wrong, but no big. He's probably gonna get killed off real fast. It's good to see Scorpion back. It's too bad they killed off Sub-Zero, but he must be in there, right? But maybe they killed him off just to get Noob Saibot in there, right? Yeah, and this is also an awesome shot, right? Kitana's metal fan, you know, grinding into Shao Kahn's mask. Also, one detail I like about these movies, right? They actually look into how they get these powers, because in the first game, it was pretty realistic, right? There was a shock factor. It was very gory. It was actual people rather than cartoon characters. So it was very violent, right? But then how in the world do they shoot fireballs and stuff like that, you know? Obviously Shang Tsung and Goro, of course, that's nonsense, but you take those two characters out You know, it's real people fighting each other, you know, but then the electricity and the fireballs didn't make sense. But in these movies, they kind of expect superpower they receive, right? So it's kind of funny that Johnny Cage doesn't have one, and well, he's probably gonna get one, right? But then the question is it gonna be fireball or is it gonna be the nut punch? I'm hoping for the nut punch. I think that would work better on screen, and it saves a lot of CGI money as well, right?
He's incredibly handsome.
Yeah, and yeah, sure enough, he's terribly handsome. I'll give him that.
Alright, you big ugly fuck.
Yeah, so I don't know about you guys, you know, but I'm looking forward to this movie. Obviously, it's not going to be Oscar material, but let's be fair, you know, it's a video game movie, and in general, those movies aren't good. Series usually aren't good, few exceptions. But this movie is just going to be what it is, you know, entertaining, you know, fan service to the Mortal Kombat fans, and I'm looking forward to it. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next.
Subscribe quietly or there will be trouble.